Hey guys, I'm Nick. I'm your world champion.
Bruh.
I hope you're doing well. What's the point? I'm sorry. I'm just really out of it lately. I've been thinking about my science teacher from high school, and really great guy. Got along with him really well, but he would always leave the school like really fast, like at the same time we got out, and I think he's fighting on the UFC card this Saturday.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
The thing is, too, he had us write this lab report on, like, cell division, right? And I am so sorry, guys. This is so embarrassing. I'm getting a phone call right now. Oh. Mr. James?
This is the Kevin James estate. You wouldn't actually be thinking that you would be speaking to Mr. James, would you?
I mean, I was just...
Hey, pal, listen. Even if I haven't spoken to Mr. James, you're not shit. Mr. Wolak, we've noticed that you have yet to upload the film analysis on the material per Mr. James. Now, remember, Mr. James has requested his art be treated with respect, so none of your silly jokes. Do you think you'll be able to meet the deadline Mr. James had asked for?
I mean, yeah, I'm filming the intro right now, so...
Nick, get the fucking video done.
Today we're talking about... A voice from the south! Boom! Here comes the boom!
You so fucking precious when you...
Our movie today begins right away with the action. Kevin James snoring. Kevin checks his clock and, someone's late for school. Let me know if you had Kevin James dodging traffic on his motorcycle on your 2022 bingo card. So Kevin James needs to get inside the school because, believe it or not, he is a teacher. He is teaching an entire generation of children. But this guy is in Kevin James's way. You see, he's Principal Betcher, and by proxy, he's a dick. So Kevin James jumps through a window because he's late to his own class, and Principal Bechter tells Kevin, by the way, they call him Scott Voss in this movie, but guys, he's fucking Kevin James, let's be real here. Principal Bechter tells Kevin if he was late one more time that he would dock him a vacation day. And I mean, teachers only get like 3 vacation days, so that's already pretty fun. One of Kevin's students, Malia, asks him a question about something in their textbook, and Kevin James proves every single freshman right for a quick second.
The chances of you actually using anything you learned in this class? Probably 0.
After Kevin has a scuffle with a vending machine that probably one too many of us can relate to, this kid shows up and, oh man, okay, this is not going to help my case of making fun of people for their appearance, but guys, come on, why does he look like that? Caveman Kevin goes in the band room because Caveman Kevin hear music he like, and we meet our band teacher. Hey, it's the, hey guy, it's the Fonz from the Happy Days. That mad old show. You can tell he's one of those teachers that will end up using class time just to tell you a life story. He's also definitely one of those guys that has a quote of the day. And, I mean, one of them that he uses has genuinely stuck with me to this day.
Without music, life would be a mistake.
Marty starts to have himself a chitty chat. Listen, I know I did it last time, but come on. Marty starts to have himself a chitty chat with Kevin James, and when he does, he gets a text he's been expecting. No pun intended.
You know the body? What are the chances of a 48-year-old woman being pregnant?
Well, that depends what she looks like.
Hey, yo, teacher be fucking? Hey, yo, teacher be fucking! Everyone gathers inside the auditorium for, like, a teacher meeting. I don't know what they're officially called. And we learn about some budget cuts the school's gonna end up having to take.
We are cutting all extracurricular activities, which includes the debate club, the music program, the annual senior class field.
Marty takes to this information as anyone who's going to be losing their job would, and stands for what he believes in. Bechter the douche steps in, though, just to completely shut him down.
I know how important...
You don't know. Take a seat.
Come on, why don't you just take it easy on the guy?
But Kevin James, the noble prince, stands up for Marty, even though he ends up spilling the beans about Marty's recent news.
Firing a man who's having a baby.
You don't know that I'm talking about you, necessarily.
Congratulations.
Stop looking at me. They know it's you now. No, he's having a baby.
The money the school has raised so far is bare pennies compared to what they're going to need to save parts of the school. The magic number they're looking for is $48,000 to save the music program. And Kevin James will be the man to raise the money. Obviously, it leaves Kevin looking around at where he's going to be able to raise this much money. So he goes over to his friend Guy's house, who's a chef. And yes, this movie has a chef named Guy and they don't include him. Guy tells Big Kev that he doesn't have any extra jobs for him, but suggests Kevin goes back to teaching a citizenship class at night. Kevin's hesitant to the idea, but he has a lot of money to raise, and I think the ship has sailed on him enjoying his life for the next year. Oh, but hey, Guy's wife is the woman from Baby Daddy, and Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and Reba. How can I forget Reba? So Kevin's back to teaching his night class, and there are definitely some characters here.
To be in bed?
No, okay, you know what? That's suffering.
No, that's suffering.
Okay, no, you know what? No, we're not repeating today, Muba.
No pain, no gain.
Okay, we're off track. We are definitely off track.
The only real important character is this big bald man named Nico. And guys, you're gonna learn something about me today. When I see a bald man, I don't know what side comes out of me, but I want to lick that shit so fucking bad. Like, don't leave me in a room alone with Steve Harvey. Nico asks Kevin James for a little bit of tutoring, and Kevin agrees to go over to Nico's place. Things are getting real spicy between these two. Their tutoring session really leads to the fellas having a fight night, sitting on what is definitely a really warm couch. Kevin learns about Nico's past, about how he used to be an MMA fighter, and more importantly, how much a guy gets just for losing a fight.
He took his 10 grand and ran off like a Shetland pony.
10 grand? He made 10 grand for that fight?
Yeah.
But he lost.
Yeah, if he won, it would have been 50.
Kevin likens to the idea of trying to become an MMA fighter, saying how it would balance well with his college wrestling background. The only problem is, college was 20 years ago. They don't have many options to raise the $50,000 needed by the end of the school year, so it looks like this is going to be their best bet to do so. So Kevin asks for Nico's help to train him in MMA, and Kevin James says that he'll keep his promise to tutor Nico until he becomes a U.S. citizen. Nico debates with the idea of training Kevin to become a fighter, but after knowing Kevin's cause for fighting and respecting his commitment to continually assist Nico in becoming a citizen, Nico agrees to train Kevin. The first fight goes pretty terrible, as you can imagine. Getting cleaned up by the school nurse, Miss Flores, played by Salma Hayek, and listen, I can make the gratata joke, but I've done it 1,000 times. Kevin James gives his earnings to the assistant principal, who we saw back at the teacher meeting. His payouts for these fights are about $750. And hey, if there was ever a time for me to say, it ain't much, but it's honest work. Kevin has his first training session, and take a wild guess how it goes.
Elbow, elbow, boom, liver shot, bang, 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 oh. Too late. I'm out. I'm free. I'm bored.
However, he does make it out of the first round in fight 2. The only downside is Big Boy slipping. Hey, take a guess how fight number 3 goes. No fucking chance you guessed that happened. Kevin James has become a meme legend to his students for his viral video on YouTube of, again, throwing up on that poor guy. But Malia takes it in a different way, understanding that Kevin is doing this for a pretty damn selfless reason.
Mrs. Trev told us that you're doing this for us. And I gotta say, you're a hero.
Hero.
He has himself a pretty brutal offensive training session, and after having seen this movie in so long, it really is just Kevin James getting his ass whooped for an hour and 45 minutes. After recognizing his students' appreciation for his efforts to save the music program, Kevin James realizes that he's been a pretty craptastic teacher, and wants to give these kids a quality education. Doing so by jumping on top of a desk, and also jumping on some of his students' desks and acknowledging their artistic talents.
That is a sick dragon.
And, did somebody say fight montage? Because we unironically have one. Due to his noticeable amount of passion being pumped back into his life, Big Boy Kevin has earned his date with Salma Hayek after going 0 for 18 asking her out. And it's about as weird as a date would be between the two of them. Kevin gets out of school and is met by his other trainer, Mark, who's given him some valuable information.
They want you to fight in UFC. It's 10 grand.
To lose?
Yep.
Yes! Yes!
Nico turned it down.
Kevin obviously being frustrated with this, as he is only off by $6,000 of their $48,000 goal, confronts Nico to ask why he would do this, and we find out more about Nico's past with MMA fighting.
I devoted my whole life to fighting.
And you should have been given this shot.
That was good, Scott. When I was fighting, man.
Kevin meets at Malia's father's restaurant. I forgot to mention, they had this mini side arc of Malia's dad making her quit music so she can work in the restaurant. And they had this confrontation in the principal's office, but I didn't think I needed to bring it up because well, I couldn't write any jokes about it. I couldn't make it funny. And it's not that big of a part of the movie. So let's just go back in. Kevin goes to Malia's dad's restaurant. And oh, fuck, this guy is here. Yeah, Joe Rogan is in this movie. I don't like him. And I'm just going to leave it at that. So Rogan offers Kevin James a shot at the big time, kid, ready to make the big bucks, huh? And they accept. So the fellas are Vegas bound. While the fellas are having their night in Vegas before fight day, they hit us with the big twist. Vice Principal Elkins was arrested for embezzling money from an already failing school, which is really fucked up. This man was well aware of the fact that Marty was having a baby, and that's why Kevin James is doing this whole fight circuit. The offer of $10,000 to save Marty's job to lose this fight is fleeting. The only option they'll have, Kevin James has to win a UFC fight. Wild fact real quick, this movie came out in 2012, and the event Kevin James is fighting at is UFC 176, and the show the UFC put on, like, last week was UFC 272. I don't know, just crazy how time lines up like that. So, if you can believe it, because I sure as shit don't, Kevin James will be fighting in the UFC. He's gonna fight Ken the Executioner Dietrich, a fictional fighter for the movie, but is an actual MMA fighter. His name is Krzysztof Sosinski, and went pro from 2003 to 2014. So, here we go. Kevin is actually going to be fighting. The thing I have always wondered, though, is if you were here at UFC 176, if that's really where they filmed this, what the fuck was it like filming this? What the fuck was it like seeing this live? If you were there, please leave a comment, because it just seems incredible to see them film a movie like this. They begin the ring introductions, and the referee, which is Herb Dean. Nice touch. Kevin goes over to his corner before the fight starts and asks how much they need if they win the fight. And Mark tells him 50 grand, the magic number we needed. The fight starts, and holy shit, that was cool. So Kevin James gets his ass whooped for the first couple minutes, even getting hit with a nasty double leg takedown. And, you know, this entire scene is actually filmed kinda well. The camera work is interesting at times, while being creative in others. Kevin gets his booty clapped in round 1, and it's clear he's gonna need to come up with a different game plan. Round 2 begins, and take a guess how it goes. Oh, fuck, that was nasty. Hold on. Can I just show you guys this clip real fast?
I think of a better way to bring down the curtain.
Kevin James is really getting his worst for wear here in round 2, and he's stumbling going into round 3. Marty tells him that win or lose, though, they feel accomplished in their goal as teachers, to inspire their students, and with the needed motivation he needed, goes into round 3. Earning Ken Dietrich's respect in the process, it's time for Kevin James to get his shit in. Dietrich fires back, however, with a stiff hook to the ear, and the two men fire a sequence at each other. Kevin James hits a roundhouse kick, something I didn't think I'd be saying, and takes down Dietrich, getting comfortable with a ground and pound. The Executioner, though, catches him in the armbar, one of the fatal moves Kevin James has tapped out to in the past. With the fear of snapping his arm if he loses his grip, Kevin James goes to his last resort effort. Looking at every person who has led him on for this passionate journey, Kevin James lifts Ken Dietrich up as if he's pulling the sword out of the stone, looks in his eyes, and drops him down. Ken's fall from grace results in Kevin James winning in the UFC, getting the $50,000 they needed, gaining the respect of a UFC fighter, and hey, in the end, he got the girl too. We jump to a denouement of Marty having so much passion back in his orchestra, and even having a good moment from Principal Bector.
Hey, could I get that vacation day back? Not a chance.
What a dick! Afterward, we see Nico and everyone else from the citizenship class celebrate their acceptance into America, and that's how we end it, folks. When we go back and look at some of the best films in the history of cinema, we can always take something out of it. Maybe there's a character we reflect ourselves in, or it's important to have films like Here Comes the Boom, because, I don't know why, actually. I don't know why they had me do this one. It really baffles me. I just hope those phone calls from the Kevin James estate stop happening at this point. I guess I'll just do the usual outro. I bounce past the ball to you, and it's in your court. You can do whatever you like. You can subscribe. I have absolutely zero control over that, and that's the way I want it. I hope you enjoy this video. I mean, you decided to make it all the way to the end if you're hearing this part, so I really do appreciate that. It means the world that you decide to give me your time. Thank you so much. I will see you all the next time I'm looking at you. You're the best. Peace.